Today we're looking at two books of popular music arranged specifically for 10, 11, and 12-hole ocarina. Do the tunes fit? Was it a good selection? Let's find out. What's up, amigos? My name is David, and as mentioned, we're looking at two new books from Hal Leonard, Disney Songs for Ocarina and Easy Pop Melodies for Ocarina. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know whenever I post a new review, music video, or tutorial. So I recently purchased these two books. There's actually a third edition, which is Folk Tunes for the Ocarina. I was a little bit more interested in the more popular stuff, and it's really interesting the songs that they selected for each of them. There are 30 songs in each of them, starting with the Disney book specifically. It's a pretty wide range of movies that they pulled these songs from. You have stuff like Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast. You have some music from Moana, from The Lion King, even going back to Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf, which was a pretty old Disney tune. You have themes to like Winnie the Pooh, Zippity Doo Dah. It's about 50 to 60 years worth of Disney music in here. I don't know how they selected these and how they mixed them in, but it's a pretty wide selection if you're looking for something new to play. I love that they arranged these tunes to fit on a 10 to 12-hole ocarina because there is a sparsity when it comes to looking for music that fits within the ocarina's range, especially on the staff. I usually recommend to people who ask to look for music for flute, for voice, or for violin, since those are also C instruments that are very similar in range to the ocarina. But this would immediately give you some songs to learn. In the popular music book, it's mostly songs from the last 10 years or so. You have songs like Happy, Hey Soul Sister, I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. But you also have some music going back to like the Beatles, Let It Be, Sweet Caroline from the 60s, Say Something by Adele, Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. It's a pretty good collection of songs that most people today would be interested in playing, even including a few musical tunes like Edelweiss from The Sound of Music. Again, they all fit very well on the 10, 11, or 12-hole ocarina, but the one thing that I do not like about these books is that most of them aren't in the original keys. I understand why, as I mentioned, they're meant to be played on a C ocarina and fit within the 12-hole range, so they did have to do some transposing on a few of them, but I would have really liked if they had mentioned at the beginning of every song, original key, fill in the blank. The other thing I didn't like about them is that they also don't include the full songs. Usually in popular music, there are sections that are repeated, and there are music symbols that they could have used to go back and show the chorus and show the lyrics that are underneath each verse. But they didn't do that. They shortened a lot of these songs because they didn't think that the people who are reading these were going to be playing them with some sort of a backing track with other musicians. On that note, they also didn't include the chord symbols in case a guitar player, a piano player, or some sort of accompanist would be playing these music with you. So if you would like to play these songs with other musicians, you're going to have to go in and actually write in the chord symbols yourself. I do appreciate that they included the lyrics underneath each of these melodies to at least show you where you are in the song, but not having the full song to me kind of defeats the purpose of having these, unless you just want to memorize a few short melodies, similar to video game music, where it's kind of a repeating melody, where you would just learn this snippet of music. That's basically what this is, not having all those other features when it comes to sheet music. But as far as the transcriptions go, I love how these are laid out. They're very easy to read. So would I recommend these books? It's a pretty good selection of songs in each of them. 30 songs for $10 each is a pretty good bargain in my opinion, especially if you're just getting used to sight reading or if you're wanting some extra tunes to play on your ocarina. It is a bummer that they're not in their original keys, which I personally like, but if you just want to play the songs and have a larger repertoire on your ocarina, I would say that these are a good investment. If you'd like to grab a copy of either of these, there are Amazon links in the description to both of them. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like and let me know in the comments what other reviews you'd like to see on this channel. A very special thank you to my patrons for making these reviews possible, and if you'd like to help support these videos as well, be sure to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/DocJazz4, where you can grab MP3s, backtracks, one-on-one lessons, and a whole bunch of other rewards, so thanks for checking that out. And until next time, I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'll see you then.